What's up, y'all? It's Ty. In this video today, we're going to be talking about something in the auction house that I think is super important for you guys to look at before spending a bunch of MT, before really, diving into this game, into building your team. Now, as I do dive into this, it's something that I've kind of learned a little bit about, especially today with the King of the Court format. Obviously, it pays to use Sapphires and lower level cards. And so that is something to obviously think about as we do get into this thing as well. As we do dive into it, smash that subscribe button if you're new. It has everything to do with wild gem cards. Now, initially I thought, should I just do the top wild gem cards that you guys can build on your squad? And I was like, you know what? I think a better video would just be talking about these cards as a whole, because a specific card may be rare, but these cards as a whole, you can find hidden, just kind of really good cards that a lot of people may not know about. A lot of people know about Jrue Holiday, for example, but on the flip side of things, right? How many people know about, I'm honestly just gonna throw out names. So what I do oftentimes, though, search here by Sapphire Shooting Guard Wild Gems, and I'll talk about it. I got this Cam Reddish that I'll talk about here in a second for 5,000 MT earlier, but just go through and look at some of these cards, and you'll see how good these cards, some of them truly are. And again, a lot of these cards are relatively cheap. Now again, the Sapphires aren't going to be nearly as good as some of the rest, but Cam Reddish is incredibly good. And oftentimes, if you do get to the end here, you'll be able to find some of these cards for super cheap and honestly a really, really, really good value. So scroll to the 4-hour mark. See what's obviously there. There's nothing really there for your shooting guard, so go to the next one. Obviously, at the center position, some of the guys I'm really looking for, I think Derek Lively probably is the best Sapphire hidden or wild gem card that I could look to get. And so that's obviously what I'm looking for. But again, scroll to the 4-hour mark. See if there is anything there that I am looking to pick up. And again, there are a lot of these cards that are really, really good budget options. And when I do get to one that I like, I'll talk about them quite a bit. But it's just something that I think is kind of a hidden thing. A lot of people are looking, okay, well, who's some of the best Amis? Who are some of the best cards that I can pick up for my squad? But some of these cards are kind of, again, really solid for what you can ultimately get out of them. So it's something that I'm obviously going to use heading into next week. I've already picked up a lot of these really solid Sapphire Wild Gems. Same thing with the Amethyst here, which we'll get to in a second. But just go through and see, do any of these cards fit what you are wanting out of a card, right? Height-wise, shooting the ball-wise, and same thing even goes for building a squad for domination, right? Peja Stojakovic is a great card to have for domination. Why? The card is 6'10 with an 88 3 ball. He is never gonna miss for you. And I mean, even for me, look, he's 6'10, great 3 ball. I don't necessarily love his defensive stats, but if push came to shove, he could definitely play for my squad. And even if you look at the Amethyst here, there are some great options that are not super expensive here. And if you compare some of these cards to some of the other cards that we have in the game, they're way less expensive, and some of these cards are nearly, if not better, than some of the cards that are relatively expensive. For example, Doug Christie, guys. Look at this card. 6'6", 88 3 ball, 80 driving dunk, 86 ball handle, 90 perimeter, 86 interior, 85 speed to ball, 90 agility. And you look at his badges, he comes with Hall of Fame, Immovable Enforcer, and On-Ball Menace. Mind you, the card's got a Pro 2 leaner. So I'm not going to sit up here and say, okay, pay 100,000 MT for him. I'm not going to say that. But if you can get a Doug Christie for 52,000 or even cheaper, probably, if you find the right one, that's where we start to cook, right? That's where I'm okay, these are low-key the cards to look at. I picked up a Rick Fox today. Why? He's 6'7 at the small forward position, 88 3 ball, 86 ball handle, defensively off the charts good, 86 speed, steal ball, 93 agility. And you look at what the badges are: Hall of Fame off-ball pest, Hall of Fame set shot specialist. He is going to be another perfect addition to our squad. All right. And again, I don't know what the ultimate squad is going to look like, but this is definitely something to look into, guys, are these wild gem cards. Even a guy like Thad Young is going to be a solid wild gem for you guys to at least look at, right? And this has kind of been something that I've been looking at pretty heavy today, are can I snipe any of these cards or are these cards worth picking up for my squad? So, I mean, I'll go through and show you guys all of the new-ish wild gem cards that I've picked up and have tried out. I tried out the Ricky Davis. Obviously gonna try out, you know, Glenn Big Baby Davis. Go to the Amethyst here. Obviously, you know, Doug Christie is the guy I really want to show off that I got today for like less than 50,000 MT. And again, the whole reason that I'm getting these cards is for next week's King of the Court. But here you guys got Doug Christie. Hotspots from 2 out of 5 plays around the arc. He's got the Pro 2 leaner. Movement-wise, I don't even, like, it's not going to be great, but nobody can really dribble anyways. So you got a 6'6" Doug Christie with the Pro 2 leaner that defensively is going to be incredible, and his set shot is just fine. I mean, these are the things to look at as far as finding these cards early on. And same thing with Cam Reddish. Remember, today I sniped a Cam Reddish for 5,000 MT. Cam Reddish has an 83 ball. He's got, you know, a solid enough ball handle, defensively solid, 91 perimeter, max steal, 85 speed. No, he's not going to be as good as, you know, some of the diamond cards. Like, he's not as good as Andrew Wiggins. But if you're just looking for cards to help you compete for now, these are guys that can play. Same thing with Harrison Barnes. One of the easiest releases I've shot with literally all year long. And you cannot, I mean, you can get Harrison Barnes without going broke. So these are the cards, just some of them that I would look at. But more importantly, look at the wild gems for yourself and see, is there any great wild gem cards that you are looking to possibly add to your squad? Peja Stojakovic, another guy that has, again, a solid release. He is going to, you know, be a solid enough 3 and D option. I don't know if I love his catch and shoot release, but again, leaner wise, should never miss considering his 3 ball is super high. Glenn Big Baby Davis, 6'9". Incredibly quick release. Again, I gotta obviously get used to it, but looks kind of weird, but I feel like when I do get used to it, it will be just fine for Glenn. And, you know, outside of that, as long as he knocks down shots, I think defensively, he's honestly going to be fine. Like, I don't know for sure. We'll have to see, but I think defensively, Big Baby Davis will ultimately be fine. So then it's a matter of just being able to ultimately knock down shots with the card, which I do indeed think he will be able to do. So these are just kind of the cards that I've looked into today. Obviously, there's a very long list of other cards that you guys can personally look into. But one of my filters today that I've been sitting on is just this Amethyst Wild Gem for any buy now. And then I'll scroll to the very end and just see if there's anybody that I want to, you know, test out, right? If there's a guy for a good value, I'll buy him, test him out, and see. I've got a Gus Girard today, another great shooting guard that I think can play, you know, play for me and just pay big dividends down the road. So that's just kind of my approach to things today. I woke up today and I'm like, look, people are going to have to win King of the Court with Sapphires. But the Amethyst tier is another tier that I think is kind of underrated right now. And there are some really good options for you guys. So again, scroll to the end, see if there's anything you like. Obviously, there's some really good Amethyst, like Josh Giddey's Amethyst is incredibly good. He is super expensive. But there, you know, are other guys. I don't hate LaFonso Ellis. He's a complete card. I do think his release is on the, you know, rougher side of things. But just take a look. Take a gander. Like even Yalen. I don't know what this card could get into. 83 ball, you know, rebounding wise isn't great. I don't love his speed. So he's obviously not for me. But just take a look, right? And see which of these cards you guys like. Damari Carroll obviously is really, really, really good. OG Anunoby can play some ball as well. So there is a long list of guys that absolutely can play for you. It's just about finding the right fit ultimately for you guys. So that's just kind of where I'm at and where I would encourage you guys to look. Again, the main thing here is you want your team overall to just not be super high. So your goal is to just find these budget beasts that can play and compete at the very highest level that, guess what? I mean, they're gonna be, you know, relatively low overall. So that's just kind of the goal and kind of what I'm working on doing, working on accomplishing. But again, it's not a one size fits all. Not everybody is gonna love the same exact cards. But Danny Ainge is another guy that I picked up today. 6'5" point guard, 93 ball, good ball handle, defensively good enough to hold it down. Yeah, the speed of ball isn't great, but guess what? At 6'5", as long as he's able to knock down shots for me, he can give me some minutes, right? And those are the things that ultimately, if I were you guys, I would be looking at right now, right? Danny Ainge is like a perfect card for like domination, those type of modes. A great release, 6'5" frame, defensively going to be good enough. Why can he not play and compete, right? These are the things right now that I would look at if I were you guys, because Danny Ainge I got for like 5,000 MT. So the whole saying of, oh, there's no budget cards in the game right now, honestly, I think there are budget cards. I just think you got to be able to find them, right? Because the pack cards are all super expensive, right? You want a Vlade Divac, you're going to pay 50,000+ MT. You want some of the other really good cards, you're going to end up paying a lot of MT. Whereas like Danny Ainge, you can get for relatively cheap. And guess what? The card is going to go out there and at least give you something on the floor. So those are the couple of things that I would really look at for you guys if you are looking to build your squad up. For me, obviously, again, I'm trying to make things shake next week in getting ready in King of the Court, those types of things. So I'm really on the lookout for any cards that can help me out in a massive, massive, massive way. So that's where I'm at. You guys can let me know your thoughts on the video. But yeah, I do think it's important to take a look at these wild gems and just see, is there a hidden gem like a Doug Christie that just can absolutely hoop that nobody is really talking about? Find your guy. Let me know your favorite down below in the comments. Drop a like on the video, guys. Subscribe if you are new, and as always, man, I love you guys. And have a blessed day.